how can Chelsea buy so many players?
Yeah, this has been the talk of the transfer window, hasn't it? Like
Hmm.
every other day, Chelsea were making a new signing, and rival fans are like, "Oh, how's FFP not getting them? How are they cheating?" But in reality, we haven't really cheated. We just have an owner who is extremely clever and found a very clever loophole in the financial fair play system. So the way the football accounting works is if I buy a player for 100 million on a 5-year contract, on the books it counts, it goes over the length of the player's contract.
Hmm.
So 100 million over 5 years would be 20 million every season, is what the player would cost in terms of their book value. And so if you just make that 100 million for over 6 years, then that makes it even less. 7 years, even less. And we've seen players getting 8.5 years. So I actually made a big post on it on my
You
Instagram,
did.
which you could check out as well. It's one of my pinned posts because uh, I hate the misconception that people have that, Chelsea are cheating and
Hmm.
whatnot. So we've signed obviously a lot of players. You can just list them off: Datro Fofana, Andre Santos, and Kunku, which hasn't been made official yet, but Fabrizio has given the here we go, and stuff like that. Badiashile, Mudryk, Felix, Gusto, Madueke, and the big one, Enzo Fernandez.
Uh-huh.
So we spent a total of 341 million in the January transfer window,
Hmm.
alone, which is again more than Europe's top five leagues combined.
Hmm.
But when you look at the book value of all these deals amortized over the length of the players' contracts, we've only spent 52.6 million this year on the January transfer signings, which is not. I mean, I say only as if that's that's more than the budgets of most clubs
Hmm.
per transfer window. But like this is something that on face value the 341 sounds absolutely insane, but the 52 million actually doesn't. And so the way that player sales work, in FFP terms, is if I sell a player so for example, Jorginho was sold for 12 million, that
Mm.
whole 12 million is put in that year's accounts. So instead of doing the sale over the length of the player's contract, you're booking the whole transfer value in that year. So when you do 52 million that we spent minus the 12 million that we sold Jorginho for,
Hmm.
we only spent 40 million, like in terms of accounting, in terms of how it's going to be showing in our accounts, which is why we're not going to be caught by FFP, by or we're not cheating FFP, because
Hmm.
40 million spent is really not much for a club the size of Chelsea. And when you also caveat that with, Conor Gallagher had rumors of leaving to Newcastle for 45 million. If we sold Conor Gallagher for 45 million in January, we would have a 5 million net profit
Mad.
for the transfer window, having spent 300 million. So that's pretty crazy. And that's why UEFA are kind of cracking down on this and have said that from the summer you can't give a contract length longer than 5 years, which is good, but also pretty stupid because Chelsea have already done it. Like
Yeah.
we've, as I said, we've not just bought signings for now, but we've bought signings for the future. And so all this new rule is doing is preventing other clubs from doing it as well, while we're just sitting there smoking a cigar,
Yeah.
having
Pretty
cheated
much.
the system
Pretty much.
technically.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that kind of answers how Chelsea were able to spend so much money